I'm a really nice person. Like,
She doesn't like bugs, though. She hates bugs.
Don't say it 3 times because then it's going to like show up.
See? She's a really nice person.
You literally jinxed it. Now I know exactly where it is, and now I'm terrified. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum, and welcome back to another episode of Found Footage Fridays with my co-host, Tom Reimer.
Hey! It's Friday!
Yay!
Yay!
The best part of Fridays are Found Footage Fridays.
Right here, yeah.
Okay. So, kicking back to some 2022 found footage. Tom and I are going to be talking the 2022 found footage film He's Watching. Which is on Tubi. You can stream this on Tubi for free right now. Let's see what we got here. All right. 3.8 out of 10 on IMDb. A 2.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd. 41% on the Google. And a 51% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Okay, less than 50 ratings. Okay. 2 happy-go-lucky siblings who are left alone while their parents recover from an illness play a series of pranks on each other. The game becomes nightmarish when they realize something sinister is watching them and it wants to play too.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredibly misleading. That doesn't even sound like the same movie, does it?
I mean, very loose. Yeah. Not exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know how we found this one. I think we just were looking. I don't remember, but I know we started trying to find some newer ones.
Yeah, I'd seen it on a list of brand new movies, like right around the time it was coming out. It went directly to Prime. You know, you could rent it there.
That's right.
And we waited, and then it only took a couple of weeks before it was out on Tubi, which is, I feel like it was really fast. A week, couple of months.
It wasn't too long. Yeah.
No. And the trailer looked interesting when we first saw that. Caught our eye.
Yeah.
But I think we should give our ratings.
Okay.
Right away. Oh, I mean, like, yeah, because that'll lead into what I'm going to say next. But I went first the last time. You go first today.
Yeah, I'll go first this time. All right. So this is going to seem harsh, but I believe in being honest. The first time I tried to watch this all the way through, I turned it off. About halfway through the movie.
Really? Okay.
When I realized it still had 40 minutes, I was like, no way. And I cut it off. But then I was like, you know what? I love Found Footage Fridays. I'm committed. I would feel like a fraud if I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Because we were going to review it.
It's the rule. You got to finish.
You got to finish it. So I waited a day and then I finished it and watched the second half.
My story's a little similar in that I was watching it. I was actually into it enough, but I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I had to go back and rewatch the part I missed.
Yeah. So my rating for He's Watching 2022 found footage horror. I'm going to give this. I'm a nice person. Okay. I am. But I have to be honest about my rating. So here we go. I am giving He's Watching 1 out of 10 tapes.
That is harsh. I did not expect that. That's your lowest.
Ever anything. Ever.
Well, really? You disliked it that much?
I really did.
Surprised. I mean, it's not like my rating's going to be like amazing, but that's really low.
Don't shake your head with your beanie of judgment. Listen.
Okay. Okay, all right.
So,
One
all right.
star.
So you
One
tell
not
me yours,
star,
and then
one
make me
tape.
feel like a jerk.
I am going to give this movie 3.5 tapes out of 10. Not great. Not great. But definitely not a 1. Not a 1. I need to know why though. Why is this the worst movie you've ever seen? Why? I mean, okay, wait a minute. How many tapes would you give to Hereditary?
0 tapes.
0 tapes. Okay, so Hereditary is, let's just be clear. Hereditary is the worst movie ever made. But second to Hereditary, he's watching According to Angel. Okay, now we need to know why though.
Okay, so
because people watch our episode so that they can find movies to watch. So they already know this is one that that you don't think they should watch. So you should explain.
This
Explain
actually
yourself.
is one that I would not say that about. That I would not say like you should watch it anyway. This is one that I think can be skipped.
Okay. Why?
Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, the acting is like really rough. The concepts are like, okay, so essentially there's this like illness going on. And at first I was like, okay, maybe it's like a COVID movie.
I thought it was COVID at first. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's like these people who come up and there's like biohazard, they're like in biohazard suits and they've got like these rules and it's like the hospitals are, you can't go to the hospital. If you need help, you're just screwed. And then they start seeing like a lot of stuff. Right. So I'm like, okay, I forgot for a second we weren't in spoilers. Okay. So a lot of that was like strange. Yeah. And I didn't really understand why, if at all, it played into the story because I don't necessarily feel like it did. The filming was one of the most obnoxious things ever because I guess it's supposed to be this like supernatural thing filming them. And
that was the biggest problem I had with the movie. Yeah.
I hated the way that this was shot. It would have been just fine if they had left it with the cameras that the kids had. It didn't need whatever that was supposed to be.
The ghosts had their own cameras though.
That magically had an 80s grit filter on it. What the hell?
Well, so at least that's what it was supposed to be, because there were times where I just thought it was a mistake, and that I was like, because we've seen that in found footage movies before, where you're like, wait, who's filming that right now? We saw that
in Incantation. It happened twice in Incantation.
Yeah, like, so even like really good found footage movies, it does happen. And so I at first thought it was just that. If you saw my notes for this, you'd laugh. There's a lot of like, who filmed that? Who's filming this? Who's filming this? Wait, what? Like that. Those are a lot of my my really detailed notes on this movie.
Confusion face.
Yeah. So I thought it was I was intrigued at first. I wanted to know what. Or can I spoil things now? Can we just get into it? Is that okay? since you already did.
Sort of. I stopped talking.
Well, I won't if you don't want me to. But
no, go ahead. We can. We both.
I really wanted to know like what was going on, like, you know, especially in the day and age of COVID, like it sort of hit some, you know, I don't know what you want to say, like struck some right chords for me, and like, you know, seeing everyone in masks and unable to leave their homes and
keeping distance, the hospitals being overwhelmed.
There was something about this that didn't affect kids, I guess, or that's what we were thinking. And so the kid, because at first I was like, why are these kids left alone at home while their parents are somewhere else? That was confusing. But it just got really like what you had mentioned already, like the who's filming, and then there's these supernatural beings filming them. It just got it was just really weird and
Yeah.
confusing. And not that part wasn't scary. The basic idea of like there's someone in your house and it's not you, someone's filming you and it's not you. That idea is like super creepy.
I agree.
But then it like became clear. I'm not sure exactly what it was supposed to be. Do you know? Do you know
I mean,
what did they call it? The closet creeper?
yeah, it's a but well, they had like the whole lore thing too. They had part of the lore
Yeah.
where they called it like a wanderer,
Yep. So that
and
we
there's
like
like,
that.
but then that didn't really add up to the concept of it being a demon that takes children from their parents. Like,
Yeah.
oh, your dad wanted to make a famous movie, which looked like shit, by the way. And then so now like you have to have more kids to like make up. Like, what the heck? I don't know.
Yeah,
That
that
part
part.
was so strange and like completely unoriginal because that's very paranormal activity. The promise of a child to a demon, that's paranormal activity.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah,
that's
that is
100%
definitely
what
yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
And so I
But
was
like
just like,
earlier in the movie, did you have all these problems, or was it like my biggest issues were when the movie was over? I was like, what? But
the
like
last half was less bearable than the first half, yes. But
that's what I mean. Yeah.
this is, I'm pretty sure this is longer than our normal movies. Was it not? No, it was an hour 35. Good Lord, it felt
I
like
mean,
it was 2 hours.
that's like 6 minutes longer than a typical found footage film.
Well, it
Usually
felt
it's
like
an
an
hour
eternity.
29, hour 29, hour 28. Pretty consistent for found footage films, but this one was 6 minutes long.
Almost an hour 40. And Tubi has ads. So it's a 2 hour watch minimum.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
So that I think maybe that probably didn't help either. And Tubi has like I love Tubi, I do, but God, give us a $3 version with no ads, please. Like I'll pay it. Like I will
Yeah.
pay it. I will pay the $3 or $5 to not have freaking ads because in horror movies, the ads always show up right in the middle of something scary, and it is infuriating.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah,
But so at the beginning, I was like, it was creepy. Um, I didn't think that the acting was that. It's interesting you point out that wasn't at least that stood out. Maybe if I rewatched it, I would have different thoughts. But I wasn't watching that thinking the acting was terrible.
you know what scene I hated?
Which
The one where it was supposed to be their mom playing the piano.
oh
And she
yeah
stands up and she turns around and then it's like an added in picture of an open mouth.
yeah that's. I will say back to the piano. One thing that I did like and that I find always creepy
That
in
music.
is so like a quiet house at night or like people asleep and
And
the
then you just
piano
hear,
starts playing like that will
I
get
do
me
like that.
every time. It's like a Hell House
Specifically
LLC thing.
pianos. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
just something about it, and that happened in this movie. And they run out of the room, and there's nobody there. Like that's that sort of paranormal activity, though, too. Like that
It
sort of
is.
thing.
You
Yeah.
know what else? You know what other scene I did like though? I did like the hammer in the bathtub. That was pretty good.
Yep. That
Where
was
it
good.
turned. I wasn't
Yep.
expecting that because the rest of it had not been like that. So, and all I needed was for it to like fly up, and that would have been like a great shot. Like a
But then there were other like creepy shots, but like I don't exactly know why they were creepy. Like there was like the doll. What was it? Some sort of a doll was like up on the window, and then it was like
Raggedy
under
Andy.
Raggedy Andy, and then it was like under the bathtub, and there was like whoever was filming it was
Not them.
it was not them. But then I found myself like, well, is it one of them? And when they're possessed, or they don't know that they're filming? I don't,
Well, yeah. And they hint at the possession thing, right? Because she
Yes,
says, I'm scared I'm going to do something to hurt you.
yes,
And
yes.
is that like supposed to be an isolation thing? Is that supposed to be a demonic thing? Like, I don't know. And then,
Not sure.
the ending really like threw me for a loop because, she goes out into the woods, right? Or whatever. And then we see him get up and go outside and like greet his parents. And they're like, there he is.
Yeah, that was that was weird. That didn't make any sense. Like I feel the second half of the movie, I think I had a much higher rating in my brain for the first half. I don't know if you did, but like I'm guessing you probably weren't a 1, after the first half of the movie.
No, I
Like,
think it's that collectively.
yeah, yeah.
Once they changed the camera angles too much, though, and it wasn't them filming anymore, I lost it. I started really tanking.
But when
And
it was like,
and to me, like you talked about, when we talked about the trail, about all these parts that were in it, it was like there were so many things that were just repetition. And okay,
yeah,
I almost forgot about this. Okay, so that little boy just magically being able to decipher all of these random ass messages. Come on.
oh yeah, that was
He's
weird.
like, what if it means this? I'm like, the only way you would know that is if you are the demon. Get out of the house. You got to sleep outside from now on.
Well, and that's why I think that's where my brain was going. Is one of them the demon, or is one of them just like doing things they're not aware of for some reason? And I thought at first when we were seeing someone else filming, it was subtle enough that you were able to like kind of wonder, is it the other kid? And it wasn't until the end. Like I feel like if something was taking one of their cameras even and using one of their own cameras to film them, it was that there was like a mysterious unknown camera filming them, right?
And it didn't go away when they woke up and looked around.
No.
That was the other thing. If it had been like something like in The Houses October Belt, where they're being filmed while they're sleeping,
but
and then
their
they
own
never
camera.
wake up and they don't know it, then that's more creepy than like she wakes up and you duck back like you're trying to hide, but then she looks directly at it like there's nothing there. That's confusing.
Actually, that is sort of what happens at one point. Like at the beginning, that is what happens because the boy finds he's like, "Did you film this?" Like I was going through the footage and this is really weird, and I thought that was good. Like that's
fine,
although not unique. Also, we've seen that in other movies, but like that was good, and I could buy that. But that the ghosts had their own cameras or something was a little bit of a hard sell. I think.
And they didn't even have good ones because they're supposed to be like old-timey cameras.
Right.
I guess if you're dead, you probably ain't got no money though.
You take what you can get. Boy.
I'm sorry.
But
I really did not have I need us. Okay, our next watch. Our next watch is gonna be gold. Whatever it is.
We don't know what it is though. Yes.
Not yet.
Yeah, we've had a few rough ones. We've had a few rough ones.
Yeah, I'm tempted to pick one we know we love, like just so we can get like a break.
I would say all of the newer movies, the last bunch that we've watched, other than the Horror in the High Desert or whatever that was.
Yeah,
we liked
that was what 2000 and.
I mean, but still, it was newish to us. Like,
sure.
Yeah, I guess there wasn't brand new, but other than that, like most of the new ones we watched, the 2022s, were brutal. Did we watch any 2022s we liked? The Incantation came out in 2022.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know.
And that's unfortunate because we had a lot of found footage come out in 2022, or a lot more than normal.
I know people are screaming at us right now saying, Dash Cam! And what was that other one? Good Lord.
Deadstream?
Deadstream.
And VHS 99.
And VHS 99, which there were a lot of good elements in VHS 99.
We didn't hate VHS 99.
No, we liked that one, I guess. Yeah, I like that.
And I wasn't that critical of Deadstream either. I knew it was a personal thing because I don't like horror comedies.
I'm the same way. I actually think Deadstream is one that I might like more on a rewatch eventually. I didn't hate it by any means.
I didn't hate it either. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
But I knew
that once I realized it was a comedy.
Yeah. I mean, we had big faults pretty much other than Incantation with all the new movies we watched this year. which means maybe we're just really jaded and we've seen so much found footage that nothing can top our favorites anymore.
Or maybe the people watching should like really challenge us and give us some stuff we haven't seen before.
Seriously, there's more. I mean, there's a lot out there right now, and Tubi. I mean, everything that's coming out is eventually ending up. If it's found footage, it's ending up on Tubi pretty quickly.
And
So
that's the right way to go, because that's what people are recognizing. People are recognizing that that's a good resource for found footage.
For example, I just heard one that you didn't. I don't know if you wanted to watch it, but Mothman is already on Tubi. Yeah,
That's on my list.
that's on your list. Okay, well, it's on Tubi now, so
That's a new one.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's promises of quite a few found footage films next year. Well, I'm sorry, this year.
This year it's 2023 now. Yeah.
Mhm. So
Who knows what's next? But maybe if you have an idea, maybe that'll be our next watch.
Yeah.
So let us know.
Always open for suggestions.
I promise Angel won't always give the movies a 1. Wasn't that harsh?
Look, I believe in being honest. And
I gave a movie a 2 once. One time. You can't like them all, right?
you're just adding salt. Cut it out.
There's a beetle behind you. Watch out.
It wasn't a beetle. Stop it. It's dead now, like dead.
Oh, he's watching. He's watching.
I gotta find clips of that for the intro. I just have to. Even if it doesn't make it in the final video, just like have it at the front.
You are the artist, so.
I don't know about that. I do have this down to an art. I'm like, I know exactly where to do my like everything. Anyway. So yeah, that's all I got for
Happy Friday, everybody.
Watching.
He's watching. On Tubi.
Yep.
Peace.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good weekend and a good week coming up. And Tom and I will see you next Friday.
Bye.